Just when we thought that the Egghead arc couldn't get any crazier, we are now heading towards an event that has been deemed so crazy that it's going to shock the entire world. What exactly could cause the entire world to react in such a way and seemingly change the course of the One Piece story forever? In this video, I'm going to share 10 ways that the Egghead incident will shock the world. Before we get started, it would really make my day for you guys to go and like this video, as well as subscribing for more One Piece content just like this. Also, if you'd like to go and share what you think is going to be the incident that's going to shock the entire world, let me know in the comment section down below. So let me just quickly preface that every single one of these things I'm about to list is so unbelievably crazy that any one of these could take the cake in terms of being what's going to shock the world. So whatever happens during this amazing, crazy incident that's going to shock the entire world, it's going to be really, really cool, and it's going to be awesome, and I cannot wait to go and see what Oda eventually does. But for now, let's go and start listing off what I believe are the 10 different ways that this incident is going to go and shock the entire world. Dragon's appearance to take down St Saturn. 23 years after Monkey D. Dragon's debut in chapter 100, we are finally given a motivation for the revolutionary leader to make his presence known and strike a fatal blow to the world government by taking down one of the 5 elders. Now that we are in the spearhead of the One Piece story, all of the biggest players are about to go and make their moves. And what better way to make waves in a big way for both the One Piece world and the weekly readers than to create this world-shattering revelation and sparking an all-out war with the Revolutionary Army and the world government, with the Straw Hats stuck in the middle. In typical Luffy fashion, during his quest to sail the seas and make his way to Laugh Tale, he always seems to find himself in the midst of chaos and infamy. And this would be absolutely no exception. This insane turn of events is going to lead into my next point, which would honestly leave Big News Morgans just foaming from excitement. Monkey D. Luffy and Monkey D. Dragon team up to fight the government. Another thing that One Piece fans have been anticipating for such a long time is the eventual meeting between Luffy and Dragon. It would take an absolutely significant circumstance for Dragon to meet Luffy, as he has been allowing Luffy to forge his own path and allow the tides of fate to forge their own outcome. Despite this, and a scenario of a Gorosei directly in the crosshairs of Emperor Luffy, Dragon would have to make the ultimate choice to directly clash with a Gorosei member, indirectly assisting Luffy in the process. Now at this point, we can collectively agree that Egghead has become the sleeper arc of the decade. The fact that this much hype and stakes have been made for this arc, which is a direct predecessor to Elbaf and beyond, is just unbelievable. And we're only on number 2 on this list. I have 8 more after this, and each one of these is absolutely crazy, so let's go and jump right into number 3. Kuma, at the top of the red line, begins his attack on Mariejois. Now, here we go. It seems we are preparing to see a massive send-off for the former warlord, with his daughter Bonnie witnessing his tragic childhood and shedding some light on his mysterious past. What more of an impact can you make to the world government than a direct strike to Mariejois? Once Dragon has made his move to take out a member of the Gorosei, Kuma makes a direct strike to the Holy Land, a sequence of events that will send shockwaves throughout the entire world. I cannot think of a more badass way to have a send-off than to go and make a direct strike to the untouchable Holy Land. Now, these next 2 points are absolutely massive, and these are the ones that I resonate the most, and I really do hope that these ones happen the most out of all of these, because these ones are going to have a massive payoff that I've been waiting for so long. So I really am hoping that these next 2 points are the ones that happen. So, St Saturn and Kizaru attempt to take Nico Robin. Ever since Water 7, the objective to capture Nico Robin has been made loud and clear. As a storyteller, it's important to follow through with story beats to ensure that other setups that may involve massive threats and story implications don't always seem as throwaways. So for Oda not to follow through with this story beat would be an out of character move for Oda. So in saying that, I'm eagerly anticipating the moment where this finally occurs. The fact that it was further made clear during Wano that the objective is to capture Nico Robin means that Oda is setting up for a potentially devastating blow to Luffy and the Straw Hat Pirates. With Kizaru, a Buster Call, and a member of the Gorosei themselves appearing to arrive on Egghead to snuff out this threat of the Void Century truth leaking, the logical conclusion to this would be eliminating the threat of Nico Robin as well. Now, whether it ends up being them attempting to capture Nico Robin or to eliminate her completely is going to lead to this next point, and this is without a doubt the number one moment that I think is going to shock the entire One Piece community, and it is honestly the one that a lot of us are looking forward to. Luffy clashes with a member of the Gorosei. Okay, here we go. Now, this shouldn't come as a surprise to anyone, considering that he clocked a celestial dragon without a second thought. But for the Gorosei to be such mysterious characters for so many years, above the highest authorities in the world, seemingly untouchable in the eyes of everyone in the New World, for Emperor Luffy to clash with St. Saturn would rock the foundations of the New World, as the repercussions would be astronomical. No pun intended. This act against the world government would be irreversible and would also add to Luffy's notorious reputation to begin with, mixed with possessing the Nika fruit, which has escaped the grasp of the Gorosei for over 800 years. It's safe to say that this, as well as this next point, are absolutely going to just rock the New World. The war between the Straw Hat Pirates and the Gorosei begin. As another surprise to none of us One Piece fans, whether it's a warlord, an admiral, an emperor, or a member of the Gorosei, Luffy will fight them without hesitation. And for a direct strike against the Five Elders, an immediate war will ensue against the Straw Hat Pirates. And the news of this will echo throughout the entire world. Having someone such as Dragon appear during the chaos to allow the Straw Hats to escape would be ideal, as we don't have a clue as to the extent of the Five Elders' abilities. We can only assume that they are as broken as Luffy's Nika fruit, and that is the understatement of the entire century. So these next few points are getting into tinfoil hat territory, so just be prepared, but also, I absolutely love these next points. I think that these are absolutely crazy, and also, it seems pretty legit. It seems pretty good, but this is pretty crazy, so we'll just go right into these because these are super, super fun. Hattori is revealed as Lafitte and attempts to assassinate Kizaru / St. J. Garcia Saturn. Now, it doesn't have to directly be what the assassination attempt is going to be, whether it's towards like the admirals or the Gorosei or whatnot. The fact that this is a reveal, that Hattori is revealed to be Lafitte in the skies, is absolutely insane. I'm going to go and just really get into this why. Now, this is the most insane theory I've heard in recent memory, and it involves Lucci's trusted sidekick Pigeon, in fact being revealed as Blackbeard Pirates member Lafitte, which, if you really think deeper into this potential revelation, becomes more and more insane. The idea of a number of Blackbeard pirates infiltrating the world government so deeply to where intel on direct orders from Marines, admirals, and even the Five Elders could be known, places the Blackbeard pirates in such a uniquely prime position throughout the New World to be able to acquire devil fruits and navigate without risk of government intervention is incredibly smart. Now that we can see that the Blackbeard pirates are heading towards Egghead Island, it allows the idea of the Egghead incident involving Blackbeard that much more of a possibility. Now, if this shocking reveal of Lafitte's deception is actually true, that would lead to this next event creating headlines throughout the entire world. The Blackbeard pirates begin their coordinate strike at Egghead for Dragon, Kizaru, St. Saturn, Wano Kingdom for Pluton, and use a defeated Garp Lord Boa Hancock as leverage. Now, this is very important to note that this Egghead incident doesn't necessarily have to be one act alone. This is going to be a spark. This is going to be what causes a chain of events that's going to change the entire world. So, when you have this revelation of Lafitte having this sort of deception, and then you have the Blackbeards begin their attack, that is going to cause a rippling effect throughout the entire world, but it is going to stem from Egghead itself. So let's go and dive right into this a bit further. If the Egghead situation couldn't get any more insane, the Blackbeard pirates are on a course towards Egghead. What exactly could be the motivation for Blackbeard heading towards Egghead? To acquire Vegapunk's Devil Fruit and attain the ability for unlimited knowledge? To have access to the sealed off room of Devil Fruit research inside the lab? To attempt to intercept a clash between St Saturn, Luffy and Dragon? These number of motivations are all valid in their own right. But which one exactly will Oda ultimately follow through with? No matter the outcome, the result would be absolutely worthy of shocking the entire world. So once again, these last two ones are going to be pretty out there, but I'm going to throw these out there because honestly, we are in a part of One Piece right now where anything is possible, and that's absolutely why I love this series, is all you guys can go and make all the theories that you'd love, and they actually can come true. So these last two ones, while being out there, I think there could be a possibility that this will actually happen. The ancient robot within Egghead is awakened. So a big part of me bringing this up goes back to my previous point with Robin, to where ever since Water 7, they've talked about how they need to go and capture Nico Robin and how big of a threat that she is. And so when you once again double down on this in Wano, saying you need to go and capture Nico Robin, it is super important that you go and follow through with these pre-established threats and plot points, because then they'll just become useless. So that's why I really want that to happen, but also that's why I'm bringing in the ancient robot, because at the start of Egghead, they introduced the idea of this ancient robot being used in the past, and not really knowing how it's used, how it's powered up, or really what to do with it. And so I would absolutely love that in the midst of all this chaos and all this craziness that's all just earth-shattering, world news-making, like everything is happening at once, right? It's crazy. In the midst of all this chaos, if the ancient robot inside somehow got awakened due to maybe like the clashes of Conqueror's Haki, or whether it be Luffy having his voice of all things, you know, sort of these innate abilities, if it somehow caused the ancient robot to awaken and just cause a ruckus, I would absolutely love that. I think it'd be really cool to have that much of a payoff, having it be brought in the start of Egghead. So that's why it's on this list, is that during the chaos, the ancient robot gets awakened and just causes havoc. Once again, guys, if you're enjoying this video, be sure to go and like this video and subscribe for more content just like this one. Let me know in the comment section maybe what your favorite point that I've made in this list is, as well as letting me know if I've missed something, what you believe is going to be the event that's going to shock the entire world. But let's get right into the final point in this video, number 10 on this list, which is that Dr. Vegapunk is going to be erased. As you could probably tell, things are looking pretty dire for Vegapunk right now, and especially because it is being widely known by the Gorosei that he is actively leaking and searching for Void Century info and Void Century just like knowledge. So the ultimate conclusion for this is Vegapunk's demise, whether it's going to be him directly being killed or him being erased. I like the idea of him being erased just because of the situation with the five elders and with Eam. I think it'd be really, really cool that just he was erased like that. But then also it'd be really super fascinating to have somebody be erased who's been so prominently known by so many people, and just to have them be forgotten. I think that'd be a really fascinating event to happen. If Vegapunk was to die, that would be a massive headline that would send shockwaves throughout the entire world. But that's also if you have the context that Luffy was the one that caused this to happen. This would cause so much flack onto Luffy and the Straw Hats. It would cause so much heat onto them that it would just cause a chain of events that would just cause even more chaos for the Straw Hats moving forward. But I do think that the last potential thing on this list that I have is that Dr. Vegapunk is going to die at some point, whether it be him getting killed directly or erased. Dr. Vegapunk is going to be dealt with. So with that being said, that wraps up this list of the 10 ways that the Egghead incident will shock the world. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Thanks for supporting the channel. I hope you all have a fantastic day. Take care, and I'll see you all on the next one.